All right, Lynn, I get it. It's kind of like playing the salt card with some lame duck out there. So I get it. But you inspired me to tell a little story. If I was of the attitude that nothing could be changed, Harley would be dead. Because everybody said, that dog cannot be salvaged. She has gone wild. Do her a favor and put her down. I swear that's true. I lost friends over me taking on this dog because I lost respect for him as soon as they said, she's not worth the time. She's not worth the effort. Which brings us to the zombie Trump mobile here. This thing was loaded full of scrap metal on its way to the junkyard. And everybody said, why would you buy that van? It's been sitting around for years and years. It's on its way to the junkyard. Had I listened to them, this van would be junk. But you know what? This is probably one of the best running pieces of junk I've ever owned. Equipped for whatever might arise. I mean, yeah, it might be a little messy right now and the dog has done her damage and all that. But it's still rolling, ready to do whatever I need it to do. And then we move on to this thing. The biggest insult I ever had mechanically in my life is when someone offered to buy this car before I had it to this point and said, I'll pay you to fix it. You have to be shitting me. I'm going to give up something I've been hanging on to for years and years to fix it for somebody else? I don't freaking think so. And then there's this thing. My little Japanese rice burning monster. Every car guy in town looked at this car. And you know what they said? Every one of them? It's only good for parts. Should be chopped up and put on eBay. Granted, it has its issues. But it's far from being done with its time on the road. And there ain't nothing around here that's going to run this thing down if I don't want them to. But general consensus was, it can't be done. Well, kiss my ass, it can't be done. And then there's this thing. This thing basically is like Stanley's grandpa in South Park. Somebody kill me, please. Put me out of my misery. But that ain't what I did. I took whatever I could, pieced it back together however I could, with whatever I could, to try to make it into something. Did somebody else come along and screw up my plan? You're damn right I did, and I'll never talk to my sister again because of it. But here it is, the impossible project that the majority of people said couldn't be done. And I don't know if I'm done with it yet, because I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready to say it can't be done. And last but certainly not least, the old Opal, which definitely has its problems. The floorboards are completely gone, the rear end separated from the housing in the back, and for all intents and purposes, this car is junk. But you know what? I could bring it back. And the only reason I would probably do so is because people were more than happy to tell me it can't be done. So I don't hold with the notion that things can't change, that people can't do the work required that needs to be done to accomplish what needs to be done. I could say the same thing about this house. I'm not going to get into the details of how I got it, but there ain't a damn person in my life that didn't say, Eric, it can't be done. Well, it's done.